Meteora has just launched their referral staking program, and this is a big deal. It's the first real utility that Met has had, and people have been waiting on this. And the timing on this is almost perfect. The LP Stimulus Season 2 drops around the same hour that the staking season begins. So a bunch of us are about to get a pile more Met right as Met actually has something to do. But this does leave an obvious question, as this is a Solana airdrop. Should you sell it or should you stake it? And what would you actually earn if you did? I have pulled the numbers from Meteora and looked over them, looked over the article, so I can show you exactly how. There are two main ways this pays you. One you control completely with the stimulus package, and the other with the referral, which completely depends upon you. So before any of the numbers make sense, you need to understand where the money is actually coming from. So I will show a demonstration with a real position. So let's say you have a pool and someone trades against your liquidity, and that trader pays a fee. So let's say the fee they paid, not the trade, was $100. This is quite an easy round number. So straight away, 90 of that is yours and 10 has been going to Meteora, which is the protocol fee. And this is on a standard pool, and this is what has been happening for a while, ignoring the base fee and anything like that. But this is the thing, the number sat in your dashboard, that is already the 90. The 10 was already taken on the swap. You never even see this number at all. And with that 10, that is where this entire referral program and the entire protocol fee operations live. So with this $10, this $10, 10%, Meteora is keeping 8 of it, and the other 2 is going into the referral staking pool. And this is where it, it's potentially been a little bit confusing. But with this $2 that is left, which you already, as a trader, you do not see anyway, so it's totally separate. 10% of it is going into the Met staking rewards pool. 8% is going to the referrer, and 2% is going to the referred user. So just to be clear, none of this comes out of your 90% as the trader. Every reward in this program is being paid out of the Meteora money already taken. So this is the first way to truly earn with the Met staking, and that is with the 200 minimum Met staked. And with Meteora's own wording on this, you can stake Met to earn 10% of the DLMM protocol fees, which we just dived into with how it is calculated. So it's not 10% of the total fee, but it is, of the fee taken, it is a percent of this. And this is taken from every single pool. So it's not just pools which referred people use, if that makes sense. It is absolutely every eligible pool and every eligible trade, whether they do well or the people lose. So you don't actually have to refer or recruit anybody. You can just stake, and with this staking, you are getting a slice of the protocol's revenue. So what could this staking program actually pay? So if we look at the Meteora dashboard, we can see it's saying an estimated rewards for cycle 1 of $300,000. But that is for the entire program, and that is all of the 3 legs together. So the staker's share is actually half of this value, so around 150,000. And right now, as you can see, that is 6.6 million total staked. But you're going to have to bear with me for the maths, as this literally went up as I was recording, and it was at 4.8 million Met staked. So with today's price, that's about $765,000 worth. So how it would work is it would be 152,000 roughly paid out across this $765,000 of staked Met, which is roughly 20%. But yeah, of course, annualized, this would be about 238%. But as you can see in that APR box, it does say estimated and coming soon. So this is purely me just doing a little bit of workings right now. But this is the thing, the pool of rewards does not grow when more people stake. It's fixed, so whatever the DLMM earns that month is the amount which can be paid out, full stop. So every new person who stakes just divides this total amount between a lot more Met and a lot more people. So if this, this 6 million, if it jumped to around 10 million, you're looking at more of around 114%. 25 million, and it's 40%. And as we can see, this total Met stake number will keep growing. I know personally, I have not staked all I want to stake. I'm just doing it a bit slowly. I just wanted to see how the entire program worked. But you can kind of work out from this that the total number is most likely going to be rising. And there's nothing about the program, but it is just showing you how maybe potentially few people have staked right now. So the next method to earn by this staking referral program is of course the referrals, which I touched upon earlier, and this actually has two halves to it. So the first way is you take somebody else's referral code and put it into your wallet. This is a one-time thing, you can't change it, but it is totally worth doing. So if we go back to our pool, I did cover this example, but from the 90%, as the trader, you are still keeping this fee. This is what is displayed as your total fees. But out of that 10% which Meteora took, 20% is going into the program and 2% goes directly back to you as the trader. Granted, you still have a bit of MET staked, with one MET being 0.1 USDC of referral earning capacity. And this, I mean, apart from a little bit of MET, does not cost you anything. And of course, the next part is being a referrer yourself. So you will still need to stake MET as well. But of the 20% of the cut that Meteora takes, you will be able to earn 8% of whatever your referees earn as fees. And the values work out where if you have 200 MET staked, you have a 20 USDC referring earning capacity. And this just scales up 2000 MET, 200 USDC, and so on. And these are some of the catches. So of course, your referral earnings are technically capped by how much MET you have staked. So one MET can give you 10 cents of capacity per cycle. So of the 200 minimum, your cap is always $20 and that's it. You could refer someone doing a ton of volume such as Tux if you somehow got his code. But even if you had him, you would only still earn your 20 if that's how much you had staked. The next thing is if you unstake before the cycle ends, you forfeit everything you earn that cycle. So both the staking and the referral earnings, both. And it doesn't just disappear, it gets redistributed to absolutely everything else. So this isn't something you can kind of dip in and out of. And if you've referred people, it's even worse. They lose their 2% of your cycle as well. So their own staking rewards are fine, but the referral half dies with your unstake. And the final thing is only pools with SOL or USDC as the quote token are eligible. So limit orders and DAMV2 do not count. So luckily for us, this is very easy to do this all. So I will just walk through it. So first of all, I'm going to connect to my wallet. Then I'm going to load into this screen. You will have to verify you own your wallet as well if this is one of your first times connecting to Meteora. But from here, you can see the stake now and you can see the enter referral code. What I recommend doing, of course, is looking in the description. I will have my code or clicking this enter referral code here and entering RAZZAER and then clicking this link referral code button. And from there, I'm already linked and you can see this rewards card now pops up. This is now where we can see we can create our own referral code after we stake our minimum 200 MET. So I'm going to go on stake now. If you don't have 200 MET, you can either claim it when the claim goes live tomorrow, or you can simply go on Jupiter and swap. It's very easy. So I can click on this 200 and click stake and go ahead and do that. And just like that, I will be staked. It's taking a minute and you can see straight away I can create my own referral code. So I believe it will be, a bunch of numbers and letters. So this is already created. You can share this online, you can share it around, but now you are able to earn from yourself. And I believe if you do go ahead and create your own content, you're pushing Meteora out there, you might be able to get a custom code as well. Good. So there is one other thing worth flagging, and that is that this is currently a 3-month trial. So Meteora have said after this, they will review and decide what happens next. But if you think this is a good thing for Met, and looking so far, even though it's been a day, obviously I think a referral scheme is very effective. This only benefits us as the users of the platform. And it does give the reason for the token to even exist. Programs like this get extended when the numbers justify it and the community wants to keep it as well. I'm sure there might be some tweaks to it as there is with everything. So the final question is, if you don't, should you buy MET and stake it? If you are already LPing on Meteora, you do absolutely any kind of pool. Linking a code is absolutely a no-brainer, and putting a bit of stake there extra so you can get a little extra kickback. MET has already dropped a lot, and in my opinion, it is free. This is obviously not financial advice. I'm not actually associated with anyone. But one thing, which is another thing some people might miss, is that your cap as the referred user is set by your referee's stake, so it's not your own. So if you're picking a code to use, you're better off picking from someone who's actually staked a decent amount. as this stake is pretty much your ceiling. And, you know, it's one of these underrated kind of other mechanisms in this program, which I think a lot of people might miss. So that's pretty much everything. Don't buy MET just on the current pool strength. Obviously, the TVL will increase. Do it if you do actually use the platform. So this is obviously live right now on Meteora. You can use my link or you can use somebody else's link, which you might have seen on social media. I will make sure I stake a very healthy amount if you do want to use my code, so any extra kickback you want to earn will be safe. And if this video is helpful, please let me know in the comments.